Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to another edition of the Evolution Will Be Televised. You join us a few weeks out from our next pay-per-view Judgment Day, and hopefully we've got a solid episode here of Monday Night Raw, and then later on in the episode SmackDown, as we hopefully will put on the best show possible there. Now, as always, cheers for taking the time out of your day for watching the video. If you've got any comments on the series or TEW or wrestling in general, what's your thoughts going to SummerSlam this week? What's your predictions for that? Let me know. And yeah, as always, I say, thanks for tuning in. If you're new around here, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. It will give you alerts for all these videos going live, whether it be this WWE series or the one in 2021. So, on to today's episode. Taco Bell Arena, 13,000 sold out. I decided to start it with kind of planning our main event, was my idea behind it. So, 90% of the promos on Raw, or at the start of the show, are going to involve the Evolution. That's the key component, is getting Randy Orton and Batista to the levels they got to in real life. Pardon me. There's no edits here, we just keep going. But basically, what I'm looking to do is, I say, put them in as many big angles as possible. So this sets up tonight's main event, because obviously we're coming out of Austin, being attacked by Triple H. He wants retribution, but he's came with some backup, so it's going to be Steve Austin, Booker T and Goldust as they take on Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista. Sunday 94 is a good start. Randy Orton was good off script, Batista was terrible. It seems everyone else was pretty damn good, that's good to see. Triple H coming across well, Orton terrible, Batista looking lost. So a long way to go with their development, but two storylines running, gained here. We then had a pyrotechnic entrance for Scott Steiner. He's back from his suspension. He's someone you can't really have a low-key return, so I just decided let's do pyrotechnos for this one. And that gets a B-73. A good hand to have going forward, and one of two returns tonight. Spoilers. Anyway, next up was a decent match. Scott Steiner convincing win over Stevie Richards in 7:38 with a Steiner flatliner. B-74. Scotty with the better performance over Stevie Richards. They got the crowd hotter, which is good to see. Going forward, although we've given him a win here, I do feel he's going to be putting people over, as we, like every save, attempt to go with a younger generation going forward. Next up, E-18 as we hype up Dr. Nick Dinsmore. So again, a little while before he does debut, but again, just slowly vignettes to hype up the debut. And then we have like just a little hype video from Molly Holly, showing that she's going through a few changes. Obviously, we need to try and bring some more faces into the women's division, so she's obviously going to turn very soon. That's a C-57. But not going to turn her just yet. Next up, we've got the bikini contest. Trish and Stacey competing. Again, just making sure we've got the core two attractive women on the show. These are the two main ones that will always pass that, so likelihood is every show is going to have a bikini contest with these two in it. Trish came across good, and it was a C+66. We then had a little bit of an alliance backstage. It was basically Christian and Christopher Nowinski. Of course, Christian in a bit of a feud with a couple of people. He's fell out with Chris Jericho. You know, he's wanting that championship off Rhino, and Rhino will be facing Christopher Nowinski tonight. So Christian is going to hope Nowinski can, do a turn for him. So C64 for that. And then we had a decent matchup that saw DDP lose to Mark Henry in 7:49. Another win for the world's strongest man. C-58. Because of the glitch with DDP, again debuting an annoying gimmick even though he's wrestled for as many times, I'm just going to use him to put people over because of that. Mark Henry with a better performance. I feel like it's someone he can learn off of. Again, this match, not great in rating, but we had to protect DDP to an extent, and we had to make it our storytelling match of the night, plus the low morale, plus the declining physical ability. It's a case of use DDP while we can, before he gets unhappy and wants to leave. Next up, we had a heated confrontation between Mark Henry and Rhino. Of course, last week, Rhino saved Tommy Dreamer from attack from Mark Henry, and Mark Henry's heading back for his match. Rhino's coming out to do his, so B+85. They don't come to blows, but teasing a little bit of tension there. And then we have a decent matchup that saw Rhino defeat Christopher Nowinski in 6:03 with a go. So the protege, as you could say, of Christian, not getting the job done here. He loses with a 47 performance to Rhino's 77, but Rhino, a dominant IC champion, and wins again in this non-title match. Then hyped up, Sean O'Hare, his debut obviously is coming soon as well, and the Advocate gets a D41. We then go into an interesting matchup where we saw Shawn Michaels defeat Rosie in 9:03 with a Sweet Chin Music. Simple match here, a B78, pretty solid upper mid-card match. Shawn Michaels with a 93, Rosie with a 59, so that's pretty cool. And I've always said I wanted to try and get 3-minute 1 over. As I say, they didn't last very long as a tag team, but you could tell both of them as a unit worked. So after the matchup, they decide to beat down Shawn Michaels, so 3-minute warning, beating down HBK, which is a B-73. How can you turn it into a feud? How can you make a storyline out of this? Returning to save Shawn Michaels, not running too fast just to make sure his quad's okay, Kevin Nash. So Shawn Michaels is being attacked by them still, then Big Sexy comes down, beats the two of them off, and he saves HBK. So it's just a feud because I feel like the main event's pretty stacked. So it gives Michaels something to do, it gives Nash something to do, it can hopefully help elevate Rosie and Jamal. So B plus 84. Let me know what you think of that, an idea. So I know around about this time WWE tend to do a lot of multi-man matches, and of course Austin wasn't around, The Rock wasn't around after this much longer. But as I say, we try to keep the roster as stacked as possible. Co-main was a good matchup. Bill Goldberg defeats Chief Morley in 10:14 with a spear. A good matchup really, B81, I'll take that. Just really giving Goldberg some good opponents to work with to get some good matches, so overall happy with that. A few negatives for both men. After this, Goldberg says, Rock, if you still want some, come get some basically. So that's a B plus 88, so we'll see if The Rock's scared of Goldberg, or could we get Rock versus Goldberg 2? What's the stance going forward? We'll find out in the coming weeks. And that main event match was about with great wrestling and good heat, as Evolution, Randy Orton, Batista and Triple H defeat Steve Austin, Booker T and Goldust in 14:42 when Randy Orton picks up the win over Booker T with an RKO. So a bit of a swerve there on Orton actually beating one of the more over members of the team. But I just felt like you could maybe take some of Booker's overness, and Booker can certainly get back to that. So disappointingly, Goldust and Batista off their game. Best performances in there, Austin with 95, as was Triple H. Booker with 83, the rest a wee bit far behind, but hopefully, as I say, we can build them all up. We might need to stop jobbing Goldust because his rating is taking a bit of a tanking, and he's a very steady hand to have. And finish the show with Evolution standing tall for a B plus 84. So a pretty decent show. B plus 87, which is quite remarkable because only really 2 segments were higher than that, and increasing our pop in 31 regions. I'm just going to cut back to the main screen. I just want to see if there's any news that's noteworthy before we crack on and do SmackDown, and we just confirm that Scott Steiner is in another incident, and he is we can't send him to rehab, so all we can continually keep doing is suspend him. So 28 days, and well, let's be honest, if he does that again, he's gone. But it is what it is. So confirming, Sable's joined. I don't know if she's going to go to Raw or SmackDown. Probably SmackDown to add depth there. So look, Johnny Ace doesn't like Christopher Nowinski. 24.49 TV rating. And Triple H. Jamal doesn't work. I think when he turned into Omega, he was an absolutely incredible worker. So sorry, Triple H, I've got to disagree with that. So I'm going to pause the episode just now, book SmackDown, back in 2. So on to SmackDown, here we are at the Prudential Centre, 16,186 in attendance. Of course, last week on the show, Stephanie McMahon, General Manager for SmackDown, booked our main event for Judgment Day, Undertaker defending the WWE Championship against Brock, Hulk Hogan and Kurt Angle. That was a week ago, and I honestly didn't have to check the history to make sure that was done. Quite frightening as somebody that usually backdates a lot of episodes that I forgot what I'd done legitimately 1 week ago. But there it is. Good job I had that there. But yeah, A99, so that's a good start to the show. I'm hoping angles like this can certainly help Brock in the long term in terms of developing more of a character and allowing him to cut promos on his own rather than having to just say, here's Heyman, do his work for him. So we're all pretty happy with that. A lot of guys doing well off script, got the show off to a strong start, got the crowd hotter, and 2 storylines progress. So overall, fairly delighted with that. Opening contest was a decent matchup. Undertaker defeated Johnny Stamboli in 6:14 with the Tombstone Piledriver. C plus 70, just a simple match to make Undertaker look $1 million. Gets the champion with an easy-ish victory at the start of the show, and pretty much sets the tone for what's to come next. Well, the text says Undertaker's fired. I didn't have an angle saying that he had been basically told just to go home for the rest of the night, and I'd rather just use angles that are here and explain it rather than go with the whole create an angle just for time constraints. So Stephanie basically saying you have the rest of the night off. It means she gets a little gain and he gets a little loss, but technically that would happen anyway. So Taker gets the night off after his win, so B plus 83 gets the crowd hotter, so he won't be involved for the rest of this evening's show. We then have a tag team match. It was a decent match. Chris Benoit and Rey Mysterio defeated the team of Nunzio and Chuck Palumbo, representing the full-blooded Italians, in 9:31. When Chris Benoit defeats Nunzio with the crippler crossface, good matchup here, a B minus 72. Baby faces with some good performances here. The heels, I suppose it's really just letting them suffer the same fate as their tag team partner earlier on, but gain some momentum for Benoit and Mysterio. We then have a little angle. We know we've got this little feud going between Benoit and Big Show, so despite Mysterio and Benoit celebrating the win, the A-Train and the Big Show come down, just knock the crap out of the two of them. So a B plus 83, the Giant to be slayed storyline continues here. Everybody performs well, apart from A-Train, which is a shame. We then had our storytelling match of the night with the Cruiserweight division, and it was a decent matchup that saw Mattitude version 1, Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore, defeat the team of Tajiri and Billy Kidman in 8:27 when Matt Hardy defeated Tajiri with the Twist of Fate. In ring wise, he was head and shoulders above everyone else, so is he maybe saying he's going to be the guy that takes the Cruiserweight Championship away from Mysterio? Possibly. But a C62, SmackDown Cruiserweight division storyline, gains a bit of heat. Matt Hardy improves his performance skills, and yeah, overall, that was okay. Considering it was a storytelling match, I'm pretty happy with that. Next up, Scotty 2 Hotty is back from injury, so what better thing to say than him and Rikishi, a little hype package backstage, showing they're back, ready to go. 2/3 of Too Cool is repping. And they were in a decent matchup that saw them defeat John Cena and one of his enforcers, the Big Boss Man, in 12:25. When Rikishi defeated the Big Boss Man with the Banzai drop. During the match, because they've got a little feud going, we had Edge distract John Cena. So he takes out Cena, leaving Boss Man as fodder for Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty. So in terms of in-ring work, Cena, head and shoulders above everyone else. A B minus 73, okay for the mid-card. And it's good to see Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty have excellent chemistry, so we'll keep them together for the foreseeable. And in terms of in-ring performance there, Cena and Rikishi head above everyone else. It does lose a little overness to the storyline between Edge and Cena, but a nice little way to have Edge have a night off and introduce Scotty 2 Hotty in a pretty high-profile match. And John Cena has debuted a new power spot that showcased his ability to sell well. His psychology will be helped excellent because that's, as you saw in other saves, psychology is a massive pain in the ass. So if he can gain any skill points in that, fantastic. Weekly bikini contest, Taz with Tori Wilson and Dawn Marie. Tori wins again, C plus 69, covers her female quota. Next up, we'll get a hype package for the APA. It's not going to be too long. Bradshaw's back from injury, and the APA are going to be back kicking some ass on SmackDown, so I say C minus 58. We then had a bout that had some good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, as we saw Shelton Benjamin pick up a shock victory over Eddie Guerrero in 11:44 with a fast roll-up. Shelton not too bad off Eddie with 68 against the 79, but you know what, our Team Angle starting to get into the head of Eddie Guerrero and Chavo. Remains to be seen going forward. We then had a promo from Kurt Angle as he's hyping up his main event match with Hulk Hogan. What the hell's Hulk Hogan done for us recently? Why is he getting a title shot? It should be me versus Undertaker. Vintage Kurt Angle whining. B+87. Match itself was exceptional, and Kurt Angle defeated Hulk Hogan in at 13:41 when Hulk Hogan was disqualified because Brock Lesnar ran in and decided to attack Kurt Angle. So 3 of the 4 men involved in the Fatal 4-Way match coming up. Hogan was tiring towards the end, so he's going to struggle in that title match. Great chemistry though, and it showed in their performance. The match suffered because of the lack of selling. Well done, Hogan. 78 for Hulk Hogan, 100 for Kurt Angle. But yeah, it does its job. It serves its purpose as the main event match of a televised show, not a pay-per-view show. And we end the show with Brock Lesnar beating the hell out of Kurt Angle. Done well, they're not swearing. Just beat the hell out of him. Nothing more. So we end the show, B+84, increase of popularity in 15 regions. It kind of builds up where we're going with a few things. You know, we've got 3-4 main feuds on the SmackDown brand. And when you combine that with 3 or 4 on Raw, because that's all you really need, because it's going to be one big pay-per-view every month, so there's no point in having too many feuds, and then before you know it, you lose track. So let's take a look. Just SmackDown was awesome. That's good to see. Bossman needs to get some wins, so I don't know where that's going to come. Big Show doesn't like Tajiri. Brock Lesnar doesn't like Shannon Moore. And Hulk Hogan doesn't like Billy Kidman. Is this just the big guys slaughtering our cruiserweight division? We can't have that. You know, I know it's 2003. The cruiserweights did do some good stuff at that time. And yeah, we'll hopefully have that into a pretty damn good division. So that is going to be it for this particular episode. Just give an idea of what's to come. So it'll be a couple of Raws and SmackDowns going forward. Our next pay-per-view is the 3rd week, which is Judgment Day. And then it's 2 weeks of Raws and SmackDowns before we head to the UK for Insurrection. And then it's a 6-week stretch before Vengeance. And then 4 weeks to SummerSlam. I think the way I'm going to go with this is I'm probably just going to do the full year with WWE. So we started at the Rumble last year. This year, 2003, got to Mania. I think we'll carry it on until next year's WrestleMania. So that's WrestleMania in 2004. But the reality is, that's a series that's going to last a long time. So we're probably looking at least another year of it. So I wouldn't worry that it's going anywhere anytime soon. So cheers for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you thought. As I said earlier in the video for the Raw portion, let me know what your thoughts are for SummerSlam in real life. How you think that's going to go down. Any predictions? I might do a video for it. I don't know. We'll see. Possibly. How time is. Maybe a prediction video for that and NXT to maybe drop on Friday. Possibly. I don't want to definitely commit to it because I could end up just appearing on Friday and going, can't be asked. So we'll see what happens anyway. But as always, thanks for watching. It's much appreciated. Let me know as well what you think the card will be for Judgment Day. And until next time, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll hopefully speak to you soon. Bye bye.